Yo, what's up YouTube? It's the Frenzy, and today I have a pretty long commentary video for you. This is going to be me going on a little bit of a rant, and I'm going to be calling out Treyarch on most of their bullshit with Black Ops 4 Zombies. However, before I get into any of this, for anyone watching this at Treyarch, do not see this as an attack. Even though I'm definitely not going to be holding back any of my opinions throughout this video, I am simply just a fan venting my extreme disappointment for what has been a video game that I had been waiting years for. Now, before we begin, I just wanted to have one more disclaimer, and I wanted to let you guys know that this top 5 is not going to be in any particular order. This is just the order that I had whenever I was thinking of making this video. Now, let's get into it. Number 1, elixirs. This is one of the biggest reasons why I'm making this video in the first place. This is possibly one of the most disgusting things that Treyarch has done with Black Ops 4 Zombies. And what exactly am I talking about? Well, there was an update earlier this week which made all classic elixirs take 15 minutes before you can use them again. And this is extremely annoying considering I used my temporal gift elixir in this footage on round 46. However, it isn't available again for me until round 55? I just did 9 rounds, almost accomplished 10 rounds without being able to use my elixir. That's insane. That was nowhere near what it was before the patch. And also, to make matters worse, this is going to be my favorite part about the subject. My favorite part is that Treyarch made the cooldowns take significantly longer on classic elixirs, but buffed mega elixirs so that they could be used immediately. Yes, you have to wait 15 minutes on classic elixirs, but the mega elixirs can be used immediately? So let me get this straight, Treyarch. You want people to be able to use pay-to-win elixirs right away, and you don't want people to be using classic elixirs, and you want to make them wait 15 minutes? They can only use that one elixir 4 times per hour in a zombies game? What the actual fuck is that? Like, that's insane. And also, I would like to mention that no one was waiting 5 minutes at the end of every round on purpose for the elixirs to recharge. If anybody out there is going to say, oh, well, you know, it's because they changed the bleed out thing at the end of the round. No, dude, trust me, nobody was doing that, and nobody wants to wait 5 minutes or 10 minutes just for an elixir to come back. That's just nonsense. However, Alchemical Antithesis returned to Black Ops 4, but is a pay-to-win elixir this time, and it was nerfed down to 1 use, so that it would lower the value of it slightly, so that you would need to use twice as many in a zombies match, meaning that you would want to spend more money on Mega Gobblegums and have double the desire to try to get this Gobblegum. And oh my god, Treyarch, this is actually disgusting. And the fact that you got caught trying to pull something like this is honestly embarrassing to me. You guys should just be ashamed of yourselves. And you just took something that was not pay to win in a previous game and made it that way in your new game. And lastly, for those of you guys that are just trying to say, like, but dude, you know, they aren't pay to win, you can't buy them. Yeah, you're right, you can't buy them yet. COD points are coming in a few weeks, and just like with Black Ops 3, you're going to be able to buy Divinium or elixirs in Black Ops 4. And this is going to be just in time for the holiday season, so that little Timmy can spend their little $20 bill that Santa put in his stocking on fucking COD points for elixirs. Okay, I'll admit I got a little too carried away with that last one, but let's move on to everybody's favorite subject, and that is number 2, blue screens and crashes. Okay, look guys, it's been nearly 3 weeks since your game has released, Treyarch, and it's almost at Halo the Master Chief Collection's levels of unplayable and unstable. This is just humiliating for you guys who had all this time, 3 years, to make sure that this did not happen on release. And we've had another 3 weeks to make sure that stuff like this isn't in the game. I swear, these game developing studios are just lowering their standards for what's acceptable on launch date more and more every year. Remember whenever there wasn't online capability for video games and there wasn't any sort of patches or updates that video games could actually have, and you know, devs were actually expected to make fully stable and functional video games on release? Yeah, I do too. But unfortunately, that's not something that's happening, you know, these days. That's definitely not the norm. But whatever. Wanted to really keep that one short because, you know, a lot of people have already been complaining about that every single day. And I mean, look at my content. Like almost every single time I get in a high round game on YouTube, I'm getting a blue screen, which really sucks for me because it's limiting the content that I can produce myself as a creator. And I want this game to succeed. Don't get me wrong. I really want this game to succeed, but it just sucks that it simply isn't. $500 million first 3 days, by the way. Haha. So number 3, we have the leaderboards. So one of the most important things for me as a player who has held over 30 world records going for high rounds with zombies is that there needed to be leaderboards on the release of the game. Unfortunately, we did not get those in-game leaderboards, unlike all Black Ops games. However, we were promised in a tweet that leaderboards would be coming later that week. So later that week, as promised, Treyarch pushed leaderboards, and when I opened them, they weren't anything near what I was expecting. What you can see now is that these are the most pathetic leaderboards you've probably ever witnessed. They are friends only, and they show meaningless statistics such as doors purchased and headshots? What? Like I just don't understand, dude. Number 4, Jug is a crutch perk. Okay, I get it. Jug was a crutch perk, but why did we get rid of Speed Cola too? Anyways, also, why does Treyarch not realize that Dying Wish and Stamina Up are absolute must-need crutch perks? You absolutely cannot juke zombies at all in the later rounds, and I'm talking like around 55 plus on normal and hardcore realistic without Stamina Up. You also need Dying Wish because it prevents you from going down when you actually, go down. You basically get a second chance. And these are 2 perks that you absolutely need to have in solo every time you play a high round game. So by attempting to eliminate your most iconic perk because it was too OP, you decided to increase the zombie speed in the later rounds, making Stamina Up just as OP as Jug ever was, and introducing Dying Wish? And before these 2 perks get nerfed, by the way, because that would just be really terrible game design on Treyarch's part if they were to do that. Just because I called them out for contradicting themselves in my video, they're going to go ahead and do something like that. I really hope that they don't for their sake, because that would just be a bad look in my opinion. Number 5, Wonder Weapons. For the sake of trying to make this short, I'm going to go ahead and make this my last subject. And let's face it, besides the death of Orion and the Lightning Kraken upgrade, all the other Wonder Weapons are very underwhelming. As a matter of fact, if I remember correctly, I could have swore that I saw Jason Blundell being interviewed and saying something along the lines of, end quote, when we introduce a Wonder Weapon and we feel like it's overpowered, then that's how we know we did our job right. Or something like that. I really tried to look and research for this clip before this video, but I couldn't find it, unfortunately, so maybe I just made that up. Maybe you guys know what I'm talking about, and you can leave a comment in the comment section below telling me exactly what interview that was, but yeah, I don't really feel like these Wonder Weapons are remotely overpowered besides, possibly the 2 that I mentioned previously. Also, why is it that all the Wonder Weapons on Blood of the Dead are absolute trash? And the Winter's Howl on Classified isn't too great either, but I'm going to let it slide, because there are really good traps on Classified that you can use to get to high rounds. Blood of the Dead, however, has seen some of the most unnecessary Wonder Weapon nerfs I've ever seen, and they're not even mentioned in the patch notes. Even though they didn't mention this in the patch notes, they purposely attempted to nerf the zombie shield and the magma gat on Blood of the Dead by getting rid of the effect where pulling out the shield will make the magma gat kill a lot faster. And to be honest, I don't really see the problem with that. In fact, I think that the magma gat should kill that quickly every single time. However, their solution to this was to break the magma gat entirely, so it does do absolutely 0 damage when you pull out the zombie shield. Although, wait a minute, if that's what they did on Blood of the Dead, then why is it that if I try the same trick on the map 9, it works exactly like the magma gat used to with the shield, although I'm using the death of Orion? Huh, very interesting. Congratulations, Treyarch. You guys tried slipping this one under the rug, and you guys are once again getting called out for something like this. Honestly, this is just embarrassing. Like, have some consistency with your own game, because this is just hypocritical for you guys to patch something like this, but then not patch it on the other map. Like, what the heck is this? Another thing too is whenever you try doing a patch like this, you're breaking something entirely. Look at the Magmagat, for example. This was what the Magmagat looked like for like 3 days straight if you tried to use it. Also, another one is if you tried using the Magmagat and then you pulled out another weapon, it wouldn't do any damage either. And another thing too is pulling out the shield even after shooting the Magmagat means that you do still 0 damage. So why am I still doing 0 damage just for pulling out a shield? I get it, you're trying to nerf it so that it doesn't kill immediately after I pull out the shield, but dude, to do 0 damage, that's just a little ridiculous. Not only that, but to have it still kill zombies just like it did before the patch immediately with the death of Orion is just incredibly hypocritical. And to make these matters even more funny, the same shield trick was used on Black Ops 2 Origins with the Ice Staff if you use the Claymore. By shooting the Ice Staff and then pulling out a Claymore, zombies would die significantly faster than they would if you didn't even pull out the Claymore at all. Although it was never patched. Maybe because Treyarch didn't care, maybe because they weren't smart enough to know about it, or maybe because they're trying to be hypocrites with Black Ops 4 Zombies. I have no idea, but it's really leaving a bad taste in my mouth, and something's got to be done about this. Like, this is just getting to be ridiculous. At the end of all of this, I know I was a lot more aggressive than I should have been, and to be honest, I'll probably end up regretting it. I just feel like I shouldn't have waited 3 years for this pile of trash, and neither of you guys watching this video. I'm very disappointed, and I'm making this just out of sheer passion because I want this game to be good, and I want it to be fixed for the better. I want this game to succeed. However, what they've given me in the last 3 weeks has not been what I was looking forward to for 3 straight years, and not something that I feel like I should have paid over $100 for. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. If you guys are even still listening, I don't even care if you guys sub to my channel or not. I just hope that you guys enjoyed the video. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm a baby rager or something, because it's not like how I am in, you know, most of my videos and stuff. You know, this is just me just getting a lot of stuff off my chest in this video. And I'm going to try to make some more good content for you guys, stuff that you guys might like in the future. But I'm Frenzy, and I'm out. Deuces.